What's going on? It's your favorite cup of tea. We're here with another episode of Spoonie Tea TV. Man, I was getting my brunching on. Then I had Lacy The Great pop up on me, man. Appreciate you for coming on the show.
I appreciate you for having me.
Of course, no doubt. So you from the Southside, Old Nat and Clay Cole. So, okay, I always ask this question. What is it like? Because I'm an East Side shorty. What is it like living on the South Side?
Hey man, it's the greatest. You know, the people there are so friendly. I went to Hateville. I was supposed to go to Banneker, but I went to Hateville. I went to Camp Creek Middle, and I used to stay in Clayco.
Mm-hmm.
Clayco's still the South Side. But once I moved to Fulton, cause like Clayco, I used to always get in trouble. Like I used to always like get in fights. My grades were great. Like I had a three something in middle school, but I just kept getting into fights and getting in trouble. So mom moved me to the Old Nat area, and usually people get scared when you talk about the Old Nat area, but it's actually pretty cool over there. It's way better than Clayco. I recommend nobody lives in Clayco, but I can't help where I'm from. So
Okay, I feel it. I feel it. You can't help where you from. I actually lived in Clayco for like a little bit. I lived in like Rex Morrow-ish. And I went to like East Clayton Elementary. I went to Adamson Middle and Smith Elementary. So
yeah.
I experienced it a couple years, but you know, East Side is the best side. Decatur where it's greater, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, all right.
So Golden Era Recordings. What is Golden Era Recordings?
It's something that I started. I actually changed it to from the Golden Era to Join Us We Love You. The Golden Era, I started that in 2016, and yeah, it was just me and my friends. Nobody wanted to sign us, nobody wanted to work with us, so we was like, we're gonna create our own situation. It's a Wiz Khalifa line that always stuck out to me back in his early projects that said, you tired of the background, so you make your own scene. And that was just my way of making my own scene.
Okay. So we're gonna be seeing more from Golden Era Recordings for the rest of the year. So Peace of Mind. You got a 16-track project. So what made you title it Peace of Mind, or what made you want to release it in 2020?
Well, the Peace of Mind, it came out in 2019.
19.
And the I Love You project just came out in 2020. But I haven't, through the DistroKid issues, it haven't made its way to streaming.
Okay.
But,
I'm like, wait, after this already said 2020. Well, okay, got it. So it came out 2019. Okay.
Yeah, and I consider that my comeback project. I took a lot of time off. I retired from rapping. I stopped rapping. I went into this deep depression, and yeah, I just didn't want to do music no more. Like people weren't listening to me. It seemed like everything was going wrong right when I was trying to make something of myself. And personally, because like when you're an artist, especially like a rapper or doing anything that could change your life, it requires money. And I would have to work twice as hard. I would have to work to live, and I have to work to fund my career. And that's pretty much working two jobs, essentially. So yeah, and then, I stopped rapping around 2017. And
Why?
what you say?
I said, why'd you stop?
Oh, I told you because, I got into a deep depression, and yeah, the music wasn't, I just didn't have a love for it anymore. Like, I felt like if I did do music, my life would be easier. And,
If you do music, your life will be easier?
Yeah, because I would have a whole lot more money. It wouldn't just be too much of a hassle, because most of my stress, like, it used to come from, like, okay, I'm trying to make this shit pop off now. I'm living with my mom Dukes. If this don't pop off this year, I fail. And I would fail every year. And it got to a point where it just got really frustrating. So it got to a point to where I just said, fuck the music. So I took a long break. I would dabble in it from time to time, but I took a long break. And one day, I got so low to where my parents found out that I got low, and they got worried about me. So I remember my mom. She had this really long talk with me, and she said, stop looking at what ain't happening. Just be thankful for what you do have, and what is happening, even though it might not be a lot to your liking, but it's still great. You still got your family, you still got people that care about you, and even if people are not listening to your music, like, just do it for the love of it. And once I got that, like, a whole new presence like came inside of me, and yeah, I wanted to rap again. So that's why I created Peace of Mind. Like, it was based off of that feeling. It was based off that energy. And yeah, and ever since, everything just been up ever since then, and everything just been going right. It's like a complete 180. So yeah, I love Peace of Mind. I love it because I feel like that single-handedly saved my life and my career.
Okay. Well, I'm glad that you got back to normal, because depression and mental health is so downplayed. Because I know a lot of people, their mental is probably shifting just during this time with like COVID and everything. So I'm glad you got to this place where you could bounce back and you can feel good. And I definitely feel, now that you've explained it, I feel a lot, because your sound is like very gritty. And then it's like you have, like with the song Breaks, I know you were like going too fast, I pushed on the brakes. And on Somebody, you were talking about like kind of taking care of responsibilities instead of like being in the streets and stuff. So let's get into the project. Now, one song that stood out to me was Kill Cosby.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so you made a song about, because I know you had a skit before it. So were you relating to Bill Cosby, or did this situation actually happen to you?
No, that's Bill Cosby. I was telling Bill Cosby's side from, I think, his perspective.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Basically, what that song was, he was writing a letter to his son that he's never met, and basically he's saying because of you, I'm in this situation. So, well, not because of you, but because of your mama, I'm in this situation. So fuck you too, because that's your mama. You feel me? Oh. And basically, he's saying that you basically ruined, like, your mama basically ruined my life. Like I'm paying all this child support, like thousands of dollars of child support a month, and I haven't even met you. And the thing is, your mother lied and said that I raped her when I really didn't. And now I'm facing time because your mama is basically fucked my life up. I'm paying child support and I'm finna go to jail for something that I know I didn't do, and I know that I had consent. So that's where the concept came from. I personally don't know what happens. I could care less what happened, but I thought it was creative to actually see from his perspective. Say if he wasn't lying, because how the skit went, it was me and Ashley in the car, and we were talking about the Bill Cosby situation, and he's saying, I think he did that shit. And I'm like, the thing is, I feel like I feel like all those women probably wasn't lying, because it's a whole lot of women, and if it's 30 women that's saying that you raped them, you raped one of them. You know what I'm saying? Or a couple of them. You feel me? Like that's just how I feel. But I was just trying to say it from his perspective, because I can only imagine what goes inside his mind.
Okay, yeah. So I would just say with that, just be careful. Woo. Like that might not need to be like a lead single, because that one can cause people, the way people are canceling people now, especially when it comes to like women, like just be careful, because we, like you said, we don't know what happened. So you wouldn't want to delve into that like you're on his side kind of, or like you're trying to tell his story.
Oh no. Nah, I like to tell it from a lot of people's perspectives, and yeah, that particular song, I just told it from his perspective. But Personally, I'm kind of neutral because, you really don't know, what is true and what's not true. And I'm not saying that he did do it. I'm not saying that he didn't do it. It was just a cool concept for a song. And I just wanted to challenge myself to see, what could he have thought from his perspective.
Got you. Okay.
Mm.
And then what was the metaphor behind the song "Steel"? Because you were like, grabbing steel, you were talking about 44 to the head, So what was like the concept or like the metaphor behind that single?
Honestly, I looked at it as like just one of those songs you just turn up to. It's not. I didn't put too much thought into it. But then when I actually listen back to the hook, it's kind of like a double entendre. Like, I be grabbing that steel, don't be talking that shit. I be grabbing that steel. Like, if you talking crazy, I'ma blast you. But then it said, don't push me to the edge, because I've been all in my feels. You know what I'm saying? So it's kind of like a double entendre. You know what I'm saying?
Okay. So is Mick Jenkins, is he like one of your favorite artists?
Used to be. I haven't really listened to him. Yeah. I haven't really listened to him in a long time. I'm just being honest with you.
Because the Waters was that project.
Yeah. It was called Mick Jenkins Sipping on That Water. I used to be a really big fan of him, but I just felt that he just lost a whole lot of momentum that he had back then. And I was like, man, like, Mick Jenkins was the shit back then, like the shit. And I remember meeting him, and I just remember just being like, wow, that's Mick Jenkins. Because I remember I was at his concert maybe in 2016, 2017. It was one of those years. And he was so cool. And I'm thinking, man, this dude's going to be a superstar. And I can say I got a picture with him and everything. And it seemed like after that year, it just seemed like his career was never the same. And I just wanted to remind people, like, yeah, he's still out there. You know what I'm saying? And he's still great at rapping, but I'm just like, what happened? You know what I'm saying? So I just wanted to show him love.
Okay. You just want to show him love. Now, House 9 Jackson, I posted his music a couple times. So what's your relationship like with him?
Oh, House 9 Jason. I fuck with him, man. He's real genuine. He's real cool. I remember I met him, Kenny Mason, and David the Tragic in the Lost at Metropolitan maybe a few years ago. And I remember like always seeing him, but never meeting him. And I actually went to school with a lot of their mutual friends that's in their group or whatever, and I always wanted to meet them. And Kenny, I met Kenny a couple times. Like Kenny, he blew up. I met Kenny a couple times. I met David a couple times, and they kind of always seemed like they was on that Hollywood shit. And I'm a fan of them or whatever, but it wasn't that easy to get a hold to them or like build a relationship with them because I don't know, they just don't be hitting me back. But House 9 Jason, like he proved to be a really solid dude, and he was down to work with me. Like he said, he charged like 5 for a feature. He was like, I'll do that shit for you for free. And I was like, bet, you know what I'm saying? So I remember picking him up from the studio, and I remember going over the concept of the song in the car, and I pulled up the beat, and he was like, yeah, I don't know. But then when I start rapping to the beat, he was like, okay, I can fuck with this beat now. And yeah, it was a cool session. We wrote everything like right there, like in the studio within a 2-hour session. And yeah, it's one of my favorite songs.
Okay, well, yeah, that is one of my favorite songs on the project too, because I like his voice and I like your sound. So y'all had a really good mesh together.
Right.
So we here to ask the random questions. I know that's what everybody loves about Spill the Tea. So you from Atlanta? Were you born on the South Side? Some people be like, oh, I'm from North Carolina, but I came here when I was 8. Are you born in Atlanta?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, born and raised. Okay, first of all, what's your favorite club? What was your favorite club back in the day to go to in Atlanta?
I'm not really a club person.
Okay, so you wasn't a club person? But do you go out? You go out to shows and you go out and stuff, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Honestly, the mother Like that's my favorite. Like I feel like without the mother, I wouldn't have a lot of juice that I got now. I feel like I owe the mother a lot. Like it really, like they really did a lot for me. You know.
Edgewood in
So
general did a lot for like indies and like underground Atlanta.
right. And I feel like without the mother, I wouldn't be performing. I wouldn't be doing none of that. I would literally just be at the Apache Cafe performing probably 2-3 times a year, and
With them old
that's how like that's how my life was. So you know, and no shade to the Apache Cafe, but I feel like the mother gave you a platform that Apache Cafe couldn't give you. Like usually when you go to the Apache Cafe to perform, it's usually like one song, and then the people really don't fuck with you like that.
It's more of a
Like,
jazz, old school type vibe. Like
yeah, and the crowd is like a little bit older, so
yeah.
they might not understand like the newer artists. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And yeah, and when people follow you, like they really don't follow up with you. And like that's one of my biggest things is like following up with people. Because if you follow up with people, that's the reason why you even gave them your contact. But if you don't follow up with them, why the hell are you trying to take my number or take my social media or follow me if you're not going to follow up with that?
Right.
And I feel like the people that work at or that perform at the mother, I feel like they actually follow up with you, because if you're not trying to build a network, then why are you here? Like it's people that go to the Apache Cafe, perform, and straight up leave. Or if they like your performance, they'll forget it by the time they go home. Like out of sight, out of mind. And
I get it. It doesn't have that young, supportive, fresh feel. I totally get it. I'm from Atlanta too, so I get it. So, okay. My homie brought this up on Twitter. What's the first song that you can hear at an event when you be like, all right, it's time to go home? Or what song turns you up and be like, all right, I'm getting off the floor. All right, I'm about to go sit down. All right.
See, if you play some Plies, I would leave. I'm sorry. You play some Plies, I'd be like, oh hell no. Who the hell playing Plies on 2020? Like I'll literally walk into the DJ like, what the hell you doing, bro? Turn that damn music off. Like playing Plies, bro. But
somebody was like, they was like when the DJ started playing that, allow me to reintroduce myself. My name is I was like, that one is like, oh no, time to go. Sit in my
and another thing. Say if I walk into a club or a party and I hear like family reunion music, I'm out.
People said that too.
Like if I hear,
I'll let you go.
We saw the same thing at the same time. If I hear that shit, I'm out. I am out. We ain't doing that.
Ain't doing that one. Okay.
Doing that.
So another question I got. This question is from my ladies, and it's not even nothing that's like, relationship or sexual or anything. But you have a song called Steel. You are relating to a weapon. So just with the climate and everything going on, that has always been going on with women, what type of weapon would you suggest for a lady to protect herself?
I'll probably say a taser, because it's certain tasers that you wouldn't even know they're tasers. Like they got big tasers, they got small tasers that look normal. And yeah, I think tasers are probably the best thing. Tasers. Or if you gotta have a gun, like get you like a little itty bitty gun that you can keep in your purse. And like I had females that I was in a relationship with, like they got their guns or whatever, and you wouldn't even know they had their guns. So yeah, I'll probably say that those are the best weapons. Oh yeah, mace. That's really good too. Yeah.
What type of gun should I get though?
Man, get like them itty bitty, like them really small guns. You know what I'm saying? Like I ain't a really big gun person to where I know like the type of guns. I know I got a Glock 40. You know what I'm saying? I got a 9, I got a 40, and I got a. Well, I'm not gonna incriminate myself, but yeah, I got a couple guns, but I'm not a gun expert. But yeah, just try to get some of those small guns. They even got small Glocks. You know, you can get you a small Glock. It's small 9, and you can do some damage. You know.
Bet I'm gonna get me one. So thank you for the advice. So what do you have coming up? Spill the tea. What do you have coming up for us?
Well, I got this group called Join Us We Love You, and it's full of talented artists. Like I'm actually done dropping for a while because I just dropped my I Love You project, and I'm just still waiting on it to get on SoundCloud. I mean, not SoundCloud, but DistroKid. But it's only on SoundCloud. But yeah, that project's still fresh, so I'm pretty much good for the next year and a half. But now I'm working on my group, Join Us We Love You. We're actually coming up with a group project, and it's my collective. Like TGE was the old shit. Now the new shit is Join Us We Love You. That's the new shit, and it compiles of this girl named Holly Grove 17. You got B Taylor. You got MDS, the Modern Day Stoner. You got Soul Savage. You got Booney.
Oh, I know him.
Yeah, you got myself. You got my boy Wise, and you got my favorite. You got Papa Duke. And yeah, I created this little all-star group, and like they're so talented. And yeah, and they're great. They're talented and they're great people. And when you have a team behind you like that who are talented and they're great people, man, it's to the moon from there.
Yeah. I definitely remember Southside Savage. He killed it. He had I had an event called R&B and Chill, and he had to like remix a song, and he killed it. It was crazy. So can't wait to see what you guys end up putting out. So one more time, let them know where they can find you on social media, where they can find your music.
Well, you can find me anywhere. You can find me on YouTube. You can find me on SoundCloud. You can find me on Spotify, Apple Music. It don't matter. Just type in Lacy The Great. Lacy. It's not that hard. The Great. And that's it.
Type in Lacy The Great. Make sure you follow him. Make sure you stay posted to Spill the Tea TV. Make sure you go like, share, comment on this video. Make sure you go check out Lacy because we will be seeing more from him and his collective. And make sure you follow me and stay in touch with everything with Spill the Tea TV. And we out.
All right.
All right. Enjoy the rest of your weekend.
Definitely.